Hi all, my name is Mr. Bakken, and today we will be talking about hurricanes and how hurricanes form. So to begin, we're going to talk about what hurricanes are. So hurricanes are strong, violent storms that occur in the Caribbean. So these cyclones have very strong, violent winds. So for those of you weather people out there, typhoons are actually hurricanes that occur in the Pacific. So let's talk about, first, we all know hurricanes are these spinning storms that often hit Florida, Louisiana, and much of our Gulf Coast. So they're known for their spins. So the spins are actually driven by the Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect is the effect caused by the spinning of the Earth. So the Earth is spinning, and then so if we throw a paper airplane, it's actually diverted to one side or the other based on what hemisphere you're standing in. And in the northern hemisphere, everything's diverted this way, which causes our counterclockwise spin of our cyclone. In the southern hemisphere, it actually rotates clockwise because we're spinning in the opposite direction. So let's go over here and talk about how hurricanes form. So, the Gulf Stream is the movement of hot and cold water through the Atlantic Ocean. So, water is heated over here in the Gulf of Mexico, and it is moved out and around to up in the North Atlantic, because over here is Europe. And so as it cools, the cold water rushes back down to the Gulf of Mexico, where it is then reheated. This isn't necessary for the formation of hurricanes, because hurricanes are fed by hot water. So, as we can see from our diagram here, the warm water sends heat up. So whenever thunderstorms all culminate together, they start forming one big massive thunderhead and supercell. So from there, it starts to feed off the warm water. So this warm air is being pushed up here through the center eye, and as it moves throughout the storm, it cools and falls back down. And then we talked about our Coriolis effect, which is causing, because we're in the Atlantic, it's causing the storm to slowly begin to spin counterclockwise. So the more we start to spin, the more storms we're gathering and the more heat we gather. The bigger the storm is, the bigger the amount of heat we can gather. So whenever all that heat gathers, we start to move slowly and surely towards our coastlines. So, normally we're able to see hurricanes days in advance, which gives us ample opportunity to declare states of emergency. However, in some cases like Hurricane Sandy, we're shorter on the amount of time in which we can evacuate people. But as hurricanes move inland, they slowly lose power. So our hurricanes, as they move inland, lose their power source, because their power source is the warm water of the Atlantic Ocean. So whenever they move inland, they're hit by the cold air coming off of the ground. So this slowly causes hurricanes to die out as they move inland. And that's the basics of how hurricanes work. Thank you.